Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome. I am just another Pokédad, and if you know where I stole my intro from, you are my kind of geek, and I say geek lovingly. I am back with another post-rotation deck list that I'm working on. This is a first pass at this deck, and it is a Rayquaza deck, Rayquaza-GX, who is really strong currently. And I think can be really strong post-rotation. What I see in the rotation is there's going to be a slight slowdown, to a lot of decks. Certain things that are running really quickly now, like Buzzwall decks, you're not going to have your max elixirs. You're not going to have your strong energies. So you're not going to be hitting the bigger numbers. I mean, unless in a Buzzwall deck you hit a Beast Energy and a Diancie Prism Star on turn one, for your first attack, you're probably going to be doing 30-30. So you're going to slow down a little bit in most decks. But that includes the Rayquaza deck, which was prior to rotation, relying heavily on max elixirs to flood the field with energy, because it is a deck that requires a lot of energy to work. And we're going to be running 4 Rayquaza GXs in this deck. Now, again, Rayquaza GX, 180 HP, not great, but the idea is that you're going to be hitting such high numbers so quickly with this card that hopefully you're not just trading knockouts. You're going to get one ahead at least. Stormy Winds is the ability when you play Rayquaza from your hand onto your bench. During your turn, you may discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, attach an energy from your discard pile to the Pokemon. It doesn't have to be a card that you just discarded. It can be a energy that's already in your discard. So what you typically want to do is try and make sure an energy is in your discard before you put Rayquaza down. Then you guarantee that you're throwing an energy on the Rayquaza. He's the main attacker of this deck. Not the only attacker, but the main attacker. The idea is to build up a lot of energy all over your board. You don't have to put more than 3 on anything in your deck to make it work. 3 is a lot, but you don't have to put more than 3 on anything. And a lot of them you can put 1 or 2 on just to build up, because his attack, Dragon Break, is 30 times the amount of basic lightning and grass energy that you have attached to all your Pokemon in play. So what we're doing in this deck is really accelerating the energy and trying to hit fast and hard with Rayquaza. So we're running 4 Rayquaza GXs. And I'll put these over there. The made for Rayquaza partner is Latias Prism Star, 130 HP, but for 1 colorless, does 30 damage, but Dreamy Mist, attach a basic energy from your discard pile to each of your benched dragon Pokemon. Basic benched dragon Pokemon. So, early game, mid game, whatever you need to, you put him out. You recycle energy. If you've taken a knockout, you can recycle all that energy back into play. Not all of it, but you can recycle quite a bit of energy in this deck. So you want to make sure you have a couple Rayquazas on your bench. Use this, and you can recycle energy. It saves you. This is just a great way to accelerate energy. And then we are playing Vikavolt. We're going to run a 2-1-2 line of Vikavolt. So this is similar, to a line that you would run in a Bulu deck, which I think is a good model for what this Rayquaza deck could be. But Rayquaza hits better numbers, so you don't necessarily get hurt the way, I don't want to say get hurt, but you don't lose all that energy, one, so you're not having to constantly recycle energy from your discard pile, but you're also hitting bigger numbers with Rayquaza theoretically. So a 2-1-2 line with Vikavolt. We're running 2 Tapu Lele-s. Wonder Tag, just inevitably the greatest ability in the game right now. Just a beast to be able to get your supporters. We're running 1 copy of the Resource Management Oranguru. What's nice is you could theoretically get energy onto this Oranguru and use its little attack if you needed to. So you can hoard energy onto the Oranguru if necessary. But Resource Management is a great little attack to put 3 cards from your discard pile back onto the bottom of your deck. Just helps you from decking out, because this deck can run through itself pretty quickly. So this helps you manage those resources. We are running 1 copy of Shining Genesect. Gaia Blaster is a great little attack. It's a 130 HP. You can move grass energy onto it as the ability. You do 50 plus 20 times the amount of grass energy attached to the Pokemon. So it's a great 1 prize secondary attacker. Really helps in the Lycanroc matchup to be able to dink that out with one hit knockout. So, and then we are running 1 copy of Tapu Bulu. I've chosen Tapu Bulu over Tapu Koko in this deck, and you can make a case for either. But I find that Tapu Wilderness is a really good attack. Heals you, does a decent number, and Nature's Judgment is there as a good. You can hit the 120, or if you need to hit 180 or Choice Band 210, the numbers are there with that attack as well. And if you need to get rid of that energy so you can then Latias it back to, say, a Rayquaza or whatever, that's an option. So I feel like Tapu Bulu is a good little secondary attacker in this deck. We're running 1 copy of Apricorn Maker, where you can get 2 item cards that have the word ball in them, so you can search out your balls. Make sure you have your balls handy. 2 copies of Pokémon Fan Club. Pokemon Fan Club, so you can look for 2 basic Pokemon. This deck is mostly basic Pokemon, so you can pretty much grab whoever you need with these. The nice thing is, this over Bridget is that you only get 2, but you can grab a Lele because they don't go directly to your bench. So you can grab a Lele, you can, if you have to, so you're set up for your next turn. We are running 2 copies of Guzma, which is kind of a low Guzma count, but again, we're really just looking to pound someone into submission. So you don't have to pick and choose. You pick and choose when you need to. Otherwise, you just pummel in this deck. This is just about getting aggressive really quickly. 4 copies of Cynthia for draw support. Best draw supporter in the post-rotation format. We're running 1 copy of Lillie. Lillie is a good, if you need to, if you're not having Apricorn Maker or Fan Club on turn 1, you can draw up to 8 cards on turn 1, which is nice. Otherwise, it allows you to save the resources in your hand and draw back up to 6, which I kind of like. And then we are running 3 copies of Volkner. Now, Volkner allows you to search for any 1 item card and any lightning energy, reveal them, put them in your hand, and then you shuffle your deck. So with this, what the idea is, with Volkner, you grab your ball, your Mysterious Treasure, your ball, your Rare Candy, what have you, and an energy. It's a nice way to get your setup going. We are running 4 copies of Mysterious Treasure. This allows with 1 discard to grab any of your dragons or your Lele's. The idea is to throw an energy away with this, get it into your discard, then grab a Rayquaza, put them on your bench, you guarantee you have that energy. That's the idea. We are running 3 Ultra Balls and 2 Timer Balls. Timer Balls will help you get your Vikavolt out. And then 2 copies of Rare Candy for the Vikavolt. We are running 2 copies of Energy Recycler because, yes, you're going to need to get some of that energy back into your deck at some point, most likely, especially with Rayquaza's. Dumps 3 into your discard. If you can't Latias it, Energy Recycle it. That way Vikavolt can then pull it back out of your deck. 2 copies of Choice Band. That helps Bulu hit the numbers. It'll help earlier game when you don't have quite as many energy out on the board. 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher, 1 copy of Field Blower, and 1 copy of Pal Pad. Now, Field Blower is one of those where, yeah, it's always nice to have maybe more than 1, but post-rotation, a lot of the things you would need to Field Blower away, you don't need to do anymore. You're not going to get Parallel City'd. You're not worried about fighting Fury Belts or, I mean, there's just so much that is lost in rotation that you just don't have to worry quite as much about it. And then we're running 7 copies of Lightning and 7 copies of Grass. Some decks run a little heavier on the energy count. I have found 14 is a solid number in this deck. If you want to try more or less, you're certainly welcome to. I wouldn't go with less. But if you want to try more, you're certainly welcome to. There are a couple of spots that you might be able to pull out. And as always, I would love to hear any of your comments and questions. And stay tuned because I'm going to go on ptcgo and we're going to play test this deck on ptcgo. Coming up next, a duel. All right, stay tuned. All right, we are here for the first of our duel with the post-rotation Rayquaza deck. We run into, some trouble here online because other people are not quite yet playing post-rotation decks exclusively. We got a rough start there, so we're going to get a mulligan, which is good. But here we're going to go. We're going to see how... I've been faring pretty well, rotation or not, so... I think what we want to do is start out with the Latias up front and the Grubbin on the bench. I forgot to see whether I was going first or not. When you're going first, you don't necessarily have to play anything down on your bench, but I was chatting, so I forgot to see. So we'll see how we go. All right. And away we go. Yes, I will take another card. All right. So we've got a good setup here. Volkner will help us get we can get an energy and a Mysterious Treasure. We've got a Timer Ball for next turn with the Rare Candy, so hopefully we'll hit Vikavolt. I mean, we're up against the Zoroark deck, so I'm hoping we'll get rolling quickly, or that'll happen. That's what I was hoping was not going to happen on turn 1. We had a really nice little setup there. Now let's see. I mean, we're all right. We just don't have the Rare Candy kind of set. So, but what we can do, we'll do this. We will get our balls. Because next turn, if we keep our hand again, we'll be able to Volkner So I'm going to get rid of the lightning energy because we can get another one next turn, and we'll drop the Lillie. Could have done both energy, but I think, and now what I want to do is get another, so we're going to have 2 Rayquazas at the ready. So we'll play 1 Rayquaza down. Ooh, 2 Mysterious Treasures. Oh, well. That's all right. We have 2 Rayquazas, so I don't have any energy in my discard, so I'm not going to, I don't think right now, play the other Rayquaza down. I think what I'll do is just get him ready to go and pass. I could have rolled the dice, got the other Rayquaza down, and discarded 3, but the problem is I could end up discarding things I don't want to. I could get bad luck and discard Rare Candy Vikavolt, and that's exactly what I need on my next turn. So I'm just going to hold off and hope that we don't get kind of hosed over here. We don't get end again or something. I'm hoping now that he's getting set up a little bit that he can just Cynthia or Sycamore, since he's not playing post-rotation. We have to worry about both those. Could Guzma, who knows? I'm not sure what he's got, but he's going to need more cards. Cynthia, good. Good. We don't have to worry about the N because we're set up here with Volkner and Timer Ball to be able to get, if things go well, we'll be able to get out a Vikavolt on the next turn, and once that happens, we can get off to the races. I believe. All right, he's ready for an Ultra Ball. That's so. I'm not sure if he's playing a partner in this, or if he's running just the straight Zoroark GX deck. Which is, if he's running, I mean, I can check his discard, see where we're at on Field Blower. So he's not giving up much information yet on what kind of a Zoroark GX deck he's running. But if he's running like a control deck, we should be all right with that. All right, so how do I want to do this? We're going to go with the Volkner first, so we can grab the Rare Candy and the energy. Hopefully hit. 1 is all we need. So what I'm going to do here, because I don't think I have any energy there, I'm going to discard an energy to grab a Rayquaza. Even though I know we have one in our hand, we're going to thin a little. We get to do this. And we'll throw grass energy on. We'll throw the other one out. And now we're going to strong charge. Put grass there. That one up there. So we can just retreat. And I mean, see, in one turn, we're hitting the 150 on turn 1. Or our turn, I mean, it's turn 3, but our first attack that we get off hits for 150. The next attack, we're going to get at least 2 and maybe an attachment, 3 more energy out. Then we're hitting 240. You know, we're just going to start steamrolling energy, hopefully. That's the goal of this deck, is to soft hit maybe one time and then steamroll from there out. So we're going to hope. If he's playing, turning off our abilities isn't going to hurt if I can get out. If I can get 1 or 2 more turns of energy out, and we'll be all right. If that's what he's playing. If he's playing Trash-a-Lanch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in trouble with Trash-a-Lanch. And, you know, again, this is, you know, Parallel City post rotation. That's one of the hard ones because we're only running the one Field Blower, you know, so, and right now we're going to have to wait to see whether he's going to do the ability lock or the Trash-a-Lanch. Smarter move would be the Trash-a-Lanch because I actually have to worry about that because I've already hit numbers here. So, kind of a rough play, but he's thrown away one Trash-a-Lanch, so he's ready to give me one knockout here. So we're gonna load up one. We're ready. Let Cynthia. We've got the Field Blower. I don't think I want to use it yet because I want to wait and see. Just in case he decides to throw something on that Garbodor. So I'm going to wait and see if he goes Trash-a-Lanch or if he, yep. So he does go Trash-a-Lanch. So now I will have to Field Blower. He's going to hit me for 150. So we're going to trade knockouts here. I think I'm ahead enough, but it's that Garbodor that'll get me. So I'm not going to add, because I think I'm already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Already there. So I'm going to put that energy there. Strong charge. We're going to go one there, one there. think I will. I mean, I know, but I'm going to know. Thank you. I may as well Volkner, because I want that. I don't have any energy there. So what do we have in our discard? Only one. So we're going to hold on to it because we're going to get knocked out here. And then we can just get it back. But I think we're just well in control. Because I've only got one. If I have one more. If he takes a knockout, I can Guzma for the win. Because I can knock out 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 2. So even if he takes the knockout here, I can Guzma up Lele for the win, which is exactly what I want to do. So I'm not too worried about it, about taking a knockout. I've got all the energy I need. I'd like to have Guzma in hand, but I don't. The only trouble I'll have is if he ends, so I don't have the ability to get out the Lele after if he takes a knockout here, which he should. Although I don't know, maybe he doesn't have energy. If he's running a short amount of energy, just the 4 DCEs or something, but I mean, I haven't seen him running anything other than the basics. I'm surprised he's running Bridget and Fan Club. That seems a little odd. But again, Fan Club allows you to get things you don't get with... that's what I was concerned about. That changes everything. That does change everything. We need a good top deck here. I mean, we've only got 15 cards left, so we're going to hit something, but hopefully it'll be the something we need. Because I don't have an option but to go this way. Not the top deck I necessarily wanted, but not the worst thing that could happen. Hopefully it gets us set up for next time. And it does. So put that on him. Let's just look, because I'm pretty sure we're out of energy in the deck. Oh no, we have one. All right, we're all right. Put that there. Let's see if we can just thin our deck a little bit. Because we need that energy recycler. I mean, we don't need it, but that would be the ideal. Yeah, I'm just going to take the knockout on that one. because that sets me up to be able to Guzma up the Garbodor or whatever I need to. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. Even if he knocks me out here, I can knock out anything on the next turn. So that's my plan, is hopefully, because he'll take a knockout on this, and then I can just knock him out on the next turn. So I don't think he really has a way to pull this back, because he can't really strand me active unless he ends again, ends me to 1, which is, I mean, the smart play on his end would be to do so. But he can't put anything in his active that I can't knock out next turn. So the only thing he can really do is would have been try to strand maybe the Vikavolt out front, but it doesn't matter, because he ends me into the one card that no matter what he does, I will be able to get out of. So he'll take a knockout on Rayquaza here, and then I will return knockout on anything he has on the bench. So even if he chooses to retreat with Garbodor, I still can do 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210 with the energy on the bench. So I can hit anything he's got in play. Well, there you go. Now he's taken me down, and the only thing I can do is get rid of the Genesect. So now I can only do 180. So now his play would be to retreat into Zoroark, take the knockout, because if he just takes the knockout here with Trashalanche, I win, So I will just say, well played, move up, that's game. Good game, good game. All right, so that's game 1 of our dual duels. We'll be back for game 2. Stay tuned. All right, we are back here for our second of our dual duels. And we'll see how it goes. Oh, ADV Jim. He's a buddy of mine. Nice. ADV Jim is a buddy on online. Great guy. I'm so glad to be playing him. This will be fun. Oh, this will be fun. How exciting. He's always got interesting decks. He gives me some really great ideas. So I'm really pleased to be playing him, even with such a bad opening draw. So we'll see how we're doing here. Interesting. I wonder if we're both playing a Rayquaza deck of some sort. This will be fun. It'll be fun. Oh, I'm excited. I rarely get paired up against people I know. So I love. Oh, yep, both playing Rayquaza. So different builds of Rayquaza. It'll be fun to see how we do against each other here. So he's got the start. Coco for him would have been something he would have rather had in I'm going to go, am I going to go? I got to go for draw support. I really do. I'm going to go with a turn 1 Lillie so I can keep what I've got. But we'll put that there. Lost the Prism Star. That's rough. And then we get the turn 1 Lillie, so that's all right. This is actually a pretty decent start. We'll keep that as a surprise. Turn 2, hopefully, if we keep our hand, we'll get out Vikavolt. We can start powering up and just go to town. But of course, he has the same ability here to just power up and go to town. So, and he's got the nice Rayquazas. I like it. This is fun, 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 fun. Oh, I hit the... I don't know. I tried. I was trying to hit the heart. Just to say, heart, I like playing my friends. Always fun, always fun, always fun. And I like seeing a different build. So this is fun to play against. Ooh, a Marshadow, a let loose Marshadow. I love Marshadow, as you can see on my playmat, which really hoses me. I had the perfect setup that was like, oh, so ideal. Oh, so now I have blue face. But I can, if I can get my other, since I have a Mysterious Treasure, if I can get a Lele for a Volkner, I can get a Rare Candy and start going. So I don't feel like I'm in the worst position. But as you can see, he's roaring through cards. But he's going to, he could start taking knockouts pretty heavily on the next turn. So I've got to be able to do it now. So I need Volkner. Because I have to get the Vikavolt out. And I'm set up for a Cynthia next turn, which is fine. I mean, in theory, he's probably got draw support there in his hand of some sort, so. So we need a Rare Candy. We're going to play down that energy this turn and then get Bulu up and running. And we don't have to lose our energy to take the knockout on this one. But I imagine next turn, he's going to have the knockout on me. 30, 60, 90, 120. Well, not quite. But if he can get energy out. I do have a Guzma in hand, so that's good. So what I should do is... I don't know what I should do. I should try and take out a Rayquaza if I can. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. I have the knockout on that one. So we'll do this. We're going to strong charge. We only have but we get it on, so we have it. Rayquaza is just a strong, fast deck. The problem with Rayquaza is, just as I just did there, I just took his legs out on taking out 3 of those energy. So he went from being able to do, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210 to not being able to do, to losing 60 of it. Now, ideally, if I had another Guzma, I'd have the game, but I don't. So we're just going to do this. Yeah, we're going to take a knockout on the next turn. But I think, in theory, I have the ability to knock out any of his Pokemon, no matter what, at this point. On all right, man, that was good. He didn't return the knockout. He knew no matter what, it wasn't going to matter at that point. I had gotten so far ahead. So, thanks for the game. I was so glad to be paired up for you in this duel, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments below. And please, again, everybody, would love to hear ideas on making the deck a little better. Obviously, I mean, like at this point, I think probably the resource management Oranguru is superfluous, but I certainly could be interested in hearing ideas. As always, thank you for watching, and please remember, be happy, be safe, and be kind. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Quentin. Good game to you.